Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to register for the 2022 INA conference. You're going to be able to get to our form through a link on social media or an email or a link directly from our website. And that's going to take you to this page. This is where you're going to either log in with an existing account or create a new account. So if you've never been in our system before, your email is not in our system, you're going to need to get a new user account. If your email has been in our system, whether or not you're a member or not, you're in our system, so you're going to have to go here. If you don't know what your password is, you can click forget my password or forget my username, and it'll walk you through the system to figure that stuff out. But for now, I am an existing user in here, and I am going to go ahead and enter my information. Okay, so once I'm in the system, it's gonna, if I am not a current member or my membership is expired, it's gonna send me here and it's gonna allow me to become a member so that I can get member pricing. Because if you're not registered as a member in our system, then you're not gonna get the membership pricing. So you'll see down here, it tells you what different membership categories are, or you can so you click on this box and it takes you toggle to the correct membership that you want, or you can just simply say no thank you. So you'll see here that you have two options to register yourself or register a guest. You're going to want to register yourself first, and then afterwards you can also register a guest, and I'll explain that when we get to it. So here you go. Some of my information is already in here because it's been auto-populated, but I'm telling you that it's not my first conference. I want the full conference, and you'll see that this is the non-member price here. Members get a different price. If you are interested in just coming for a day, that you'd click here. If you are interested in just the digital conference, so just access to all the workshop recordings for 60 days afterwards, you'd click here. If you want the full conference, but you want to do a payment plan, this is what you would click here. And then we have a couple different options. We have the Thursday bonus workshop of the new agency Kickstart. So if you're thinking about joining an agency or starting an agency and you want to do that, or you're new in agency, this would be a great for you to do. This is $95 for non-members, and it's $65 if you are a member. And then you'll see that our other option is the nanny housekeeper manager, also $95 for non-members and $65 if you are a member. And then if you are coming to in-person conference, but you think that you're going to want to see more of the workshops than you can see one at a time, you can go ahead and click this. And this actually is going to give you access to all of those recordings, just like the digital conference attendee, for 60 days afterwards. But it's only $50 for non-members and $40 for members. And then if you have a guest coming, this is where you're going to end up clicking below. But for right now, you're just going to continue because you're not the guest, so you don't need to click anything there. You let us know if you have any dietary restrictions. You let us know if you want to be matched with a conference guide, especially if it's your first time at the conference. It's really great to kind of have a buddy, have somebody reach out to you before conference, and have somebody you can go to with questions at conference. If you're looking for a roommate, you can click here and we'll do our best to match you with a roommate. We can't guarantee it, but we'll do our best. And then if you have any regular stipulations on that roommate, let us know. We will have a directory of conference attendees. You can opt out of this though. If you do not want to be in that, you can tell us no, but if you're more than willing to give your name and email address, you can go ahead and do that too. And then tell us what exactly you want your name to look like on your name tag. And now I have a guest coming. They're coming for the whole conference. They're gonna hang out in Las Vegas while I do my conference, but I want to register them because they're gonna attend a couple meals for us. So we're gonna hit that, and then I'll come back up here and you'll see guest, and we're gonna give our guest the name. We're gonna give our guest a name, and we're gonna say, is this person's first conference? Even though they're not a full attendee, we can go ahead and say yes because they've never come before. And that's where we're going to come down here and we're going to look at the guest options. Now, if my guest is coming and wants to have every meal with me and every reception, I can click this and pay $200. If there's only a couple of things that my guest wants to come to with me, then I'm going to click these. So our opening and closing receptions are $60 each. Our lunches are $40 each, and our breakfasts are $20 each. So you can decide what you want to provide for them at that time. Again, let us know if they have any allergies. Probably not going to want to be matched with a conference guide or find a roommate for your guest, but there are options there anyways. And then you can say if you want your guests to be put in the directory as well. I'm not going to have them. And then obviously we will want to know what name tag to give your guests, because we will actually be giving their name tag, your guest a name tag as well. So there you go. Now, if you have another guest, you can add another guest. You can add another guest and another guest and another guest. As many guests as you need to, you can do that all at once. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to click Next. Here's where I'm going to sign all of the waivers. Unfortunately, these are not clickable links. You will have to copy and paste this into here so that you can take a look at these. We want to make sure that you understand what our policies are for our COVID safety policies, our code of conduct. We want you to know what our cancellation policy is. We have an antitrust policy that everybody needs to follow, and a suitcasing and outboard policy, and a child-friendly policy as well. And then in addition to that, we also would like to ask that nobody plans events during the time of our conference. You can always put together social gatherings in the evenings or anything else that you would like, but we just ask that all attendees refrain from having any events of their own that coincide with our conference. So you're going to need to click yes on all of these. Make sure that you read them. Make sure that you go to the appropriate place to look at them. And once you're sure that you understand what the policies are, you go ahead and click yes on all of them and then hit next. Here's where, if you have a discount code, you plug it in and you will hit apply. If you have anything that you want to change on here, looking through this summary, you can always go down to the bottom here and hit previous and get back to the previous windows and fix what you see that is different. So say you want to make sure that you are known as Mrs. or Mr. or Doctor, you can go back up here and switch that and then just continue on. So now here's where I get to the payment information. So here I will put in my payment information, my credit card, and all of that information, my billing address, and then I will hit submit payment. And once you put in your credit card information and everything and you hit submit, this is what you're going to get. Then you're going to want to check your email, and you'll have an email from us, and you can expect further information as we go along. And be sure to stay tuned for speaker announcements and the schedule and everything else that you need to know.